Welcome to another exercise for the workbook Statistics, this time covering Markov chains. Our exercise text in this context is relatively easy. It's just governments are rated with regard to the default risk, the probability that a government can increase or decrease its rating or remain in the same category are summarized in the following matrix. And that's our matrix here. We can read it and interpret this in the following way. AA means the country started with a default risk of A and it remains in the same category. So afterwards also rated A next period. So that's 83%. The chance that it starts in A and next period is rated B is 17%. That's this part here. That it switches from A to C or A to D is 0 in each cases. Similarly, we can do this for all the other categories. Starting in A, switching in B, switching to A, that's 9%. Starting in A, staying in A, it's 80%. Switching from B to C, it's 11%. Switching from B to D is 0%. Same then here, starting in C, switching to A, B, C, D, or starting in D and switching to A, B, C, or D. Our actual task, so what we're going to do here is determine the distribution across categories that will result in the long term. So, question more or less is there a steady state? And if so, we should calculate this steady state of the governments. Well, we could use Markov chains for this because they are ideally suited if we have already a transition matrix like this, summarizing the probabilities of switching from one state to another. So what we're going to do here, we simply copy this matrix from the exercise. Then we take the transpose of this matrix and next, we're just going to solve a linear system of equations, but not using the original transposed matrix, but the transposed matrix where in the diagonal we subtracted 1 from each element. In other words, we take the transposed matrix minus the unit matrix. And that's the matrix of our system of equations here. And we're going to solve this for 0. In other words, we're going to calculate the kernel of this matrix. Well, that's simply solving a linear system of equations, but we have to add one additional condition because those should be shares. This system of equation has an infinite number of solutions, so we want to have this one solution where all of these shares add up to 100%. So we have an additional condition, A plus B plus C plus D is equal to 1 or to 100%. Now we can find exactly one solution, that's the one here. So roughly 15% of countries, of governments will be rated A in the long term. Roughly 28.5% will be rated B, roughly 31.3% will be category C, and finally about 25% will be category D. And that's the long term, the steady state solution based on this transition matrix. Well, that's then everything there is to this exercise, so I hope you enjoyed it. I say goodbye and see you next time.